Why do your heels crack during the summer? Every year you get your feet out and suddenly you notice you've got cracked heels. And are your sandals making it worse? This is all about why your heels may be getting cracked skin on them during the summer and what things you can do at home to help make them feel and look better. And this will just give you more confidence when you're out and about, and so that you feel you're ready to face the world and just to enjoy your life, because face it, in the summer you're probably out and about a bit more and you really want to enjoy that. This matters because if you're out a bit more, the appearance of your feet is just going to be a bit more obvious. You probably didn't notice this so much during winter because you had your socks on, you had your winter boots, you probably put your slippers on at night when it was a bit colder, but now it's a bit warmer. Your feet want to be cooler and you want to feel as comfortable as possible with your feet. But it isn't just about how your feet look. It's not just about them being cracked and looking really dry. It's also about the fact that you may notice that there's rough skin catching. Maybe you even find it a bit painful and uncomfortable because the skin just feels really dry and maybe a bit sore, particularly if they're getting cracked. And why does it happen in summer? Why? Well, you're wearing open shoes and flip-flops, and maybe your sandals are pinching a little bit. Maybe you're wearing flatter sandals which don't give as much support to your foot or cushioning, and it's the same with flip-flops. If you're just wearing cheap old flip-flops on your feet, you're not giving them the support they need. And in fact, flip-flops, they do make your feet flop. And you'll notice it sometimes when people wear flip-flops, the foot is not staying with the flip-flop. It's all over the place. So the skin is kind of, the pressure is making the skin spread a bit more, and then it's getting dry and it's starting to catch, to crack, and it's going to be more painful as well, you know. And if you're going on holiday and you're out, you're doing your garden, you're meeting friends, you're wearing your sandals, maybe you're wearing flip-flops, you're on the beach, you're walking along the promenades because it's holiday and you just want to get as much tan as possible on your feet. I get it, but your footwear, if it isn't supporting your feet, it's probably causing a part of the problem as well. And if you're walking more because you're out and about on your holidays, you're sort of sightseeing and all of those wonderful things, and you may not be wearing the best footwear for it, let's face it, that could also be contributing to the problems that you're having. So how can you deal with this problem? How can you make things better for yourself? So have a look at your footwear and just have a look. Where is the pressure on your heel? Is it kind of flopping over a bit? Is it just a bit tight around there so it's pinching? These are all going to cause problems with your feet. If you're wearing flip-flops, I know it's summer, you want to get your flip-flops out, but just invest in some better quality flip-flops for your feet. So Archie's, they're a brand that do molded flip-flops. So they've got a thicker cushioned sole which is molded, so then it works with your feet, so they stay with your feet instead of just disappearing all over the place, and it's just much better for you. Other brands like Skechers, they do similar things as well. These are much better for you, and if you know once you've got your flip-flops on, that's it, you can be wearing all day, make the investment and choose to put something better on your feet. Now, another thing you can do if you know you're going to be doing lots of walking is maybe invest in some walking sandals. Now, some of you will say, oh no, I can't wear them. they're just too hippie looking. Well, I don't care. If my feet are comfortable, I'm wearing them, because if I'm walking a lot, and that may be the situation for you as well. So invest in some walking sandals, because they'll be more adjustable, so your feet won't be moving around so much. You can adjust the front, you can adjust the strap where it goes over your foot, but you can also adjust the strap around the heel. So they'll be much more stable on your feet, and you'll enjoy your time out much better, because there is nothing worse than wearing a pair of sandals that give you blister, particularly in the summer. Have you ever had that? So find a pair of sandals that really do work with your feet and keep them feeling more comfortable. So my second step is to reduce the hard skin. Okay, you've got to give yourself a little bit of maintenance. Paddle file. Dun, dun, dun. This is a paddle file. So why does this make a difference? Well, a paddle file, it's just like sandpaper on it. This is the finer bits, that's the rougher bit. And what you need to do is give your feet a good soak so that the skin is softened. Have a bath, have a shower, and then you're going to start using this to rub your heel. You don't have to be over the top with it. And to start with, you might be like, oh, nothing's happening. Oh, getting a bit tired here. When people come to the clinic, they do say, oh, you've had a bit of a workout today, because getting the rough skin off their heels, you do have to really give it a good go. And what will happen is the skin will start to come off, and you just keep going, and then you'll start to see the improvement in the appearance, and it'll start to feel smoother. Caveat: paddle files are great. Foot files are great if they are like the pumice stone ones. If it looks anything like a cheese grater, that is a big, huge no. Particularly if you're diabetic, if you've got neuropathy or other health issues where you don't feel pain, you could be causing yourself a massive problem if you use a metal file which looks like a cheese grater. Don't just avoid them like the plague. Something like this is much better for your feet. So my third tip is to moisturise. And I say to people, oh, do you moisturise your feet? Have you moisturised? And they go, yes, I do. I use the cream that I use on my body. Now, a body cream is not a foot cream. You do need specialised creams, because the skin on your feet is different to the skin on your body. It's thicker. It takes the weight of you, let's be fair, and it does get a bit of a bashing. I recommend Dermatonics in the clinic. This is their heel balm, just a little sample that I got given, and it's designed for rough, dry and cracked heels and feet. So there you are, it says exactly what it's going to do on the tin. And with these products, so this one contains 25% urea. Urea helps to soften your skin. That's why you need to use a foot cream, and you use it quite sparingly. You don't need to be over the top. So usually if you've got really cracked heels, you can use a higher urea. 20 to 30% is way more enough than you need. Honestly, you don't need to be doing that all the time, because once the appearance of the skin starts to improve, you then just need to use a bog standard foot cream with about a 10% urea. If it's got like, I don't know, 50% urea or higher, that's ridiculous. You do not need that at all. And it's a bit like toothpaste. Less is more. Pop some on your feet, rub it in, and if you feel that your feet are still dry, add a little bit more. Go easy on it. You don't need to be slathering your feet with cream and putting socks on. Absolute nonsense. There's only so much that the skin can soak in. Just use a little bit. And I also say, if you're wearing sandals or your flip-flops, you're going to be out and about and you're not wearing socks, don't moisturise, because that could make your feet a bit slippery. Moisturise before you go to bed, and that will be much better for you. And remember, you need to get into a routine. It's no use in throwing lots of cream on your feet once a week and hoping that's going to do the trick. You need to do this on a daily basis. So make sure your cream is where you can find it, and do it at the time of day you will remember to use it as well. Now, what if you've moisturized and your heels still look cracked? Perfectly normal. If you've only just started a regime of looking after your feet, results aren't going to happen overnight. You do need to be persistent. So if you're watching this video the day before you go on holiday because you want your heels to look perfect for your holiday, I like your optimism, but you are in for the long haul if you've got really cracked heels. You do need to be patient. And what if the cracks are deep, they're painful, they're bleeding, or showing signs of infection? If it's really bad, you need to get professional help, because particularly if you've got conditions like diabetes, neuropathy, anything that affects your circulation, you definitely need to get help. And if it's infected, you most certainly need to get help, because an infection can spread and be very serious. So make sure that you get the right help and advice for the problem you have. If you found this video useful, if you've enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe and hit the bell so that you will see my next video. And my next video is actually going to be about, are your feet the worst I've ever seen? Because people often come into the clinic and ask that question, are my feet the worst you've ever seen? Well, watch my next video to find out the truth. I'm Melanie from Melanie Moments Now. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay happy, and please love and look after your feet, because they take you a long way through your life.